Hello friends, I Dr. Sonam Bhatia welcomes you all to C2B. This is the last video on the video series on lipoprotein metabolism. In case you have missed the other videos, the link will be available in the description box below. In this video, I shall be discussing familial hypercholesterolemia as a clinical vignette for our MBBS students, a very important topic from Viva point of view also. Before we move further, do not forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for notifications. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's see the clinical vignette first. A 10-year-old boy is brought to his primary care pediatrician for routine checkup. During the visit, his mom says that she has noticed yellow patches on his lids and was concerned about whether they are a problem or not. She also adds that his father, 38-year-old, has high cholesterol despite adhering to a statin regimen. Furthermore, other family members have suffered early myocardial infarctions in their 30s. Physical examination reveals flat yellow patches on the patient's eyelids bilaterally, as well as hard yellow bumps around the patient's right knee. Based on clinical suspicion, an LDL level is obtained and shows a level of 300 milligrams per deciliter. Now, let's see the question one by one. Question number 1. What is the most likely diagnosis? Which protein is most likely defective in this patient causing these findings? What is the biochemical explanation for the LDL cholesterol obtained in this patient? Let's first see how a xanthoma looks like. Here in this figure shows a xanthoma in a 10-year-old boy having familial hypercholesterolemia. Let's answer question number 1. What is the most likely diagnosis? Based on the presentation of yellow patches on the patient's eyelids bilaterally, hard yellow bumps around the patient's right knee, family history of myocardial infarction, the child most likely has familial hypercholesterolemia. Familial hypercholesterolemia was first discovered by Brown and Goldstein. In more than 80%, it is a single gene mutation. It can be homozygous or heterozygous and is a primary cause of hypercholesterolemia. Rather, secondary causes are much more common as compared to the primary cause of hypercholesterolemia. The secondary causes include diabetes, hypothyroidism, nephrotic syndrome, obstructive jaundice. In diabetes, there is increased lipolysis. As a result, there will be increase in acetyl CoA और ये acetyl CoA starting substrate होता है cholesterol synthesis का. That explains hypercholesterolemia. In hypothyroidism, there is decrease in 7-alpha hydroxylase activity because this enzyme is activated by thyroid hormone, which will convert cholesterol into bile acid, as this is the rate limiting enzyme of cholesterol degradation, also known as bile acid synthesis. As a result, there will be decrease in the conversion of cholesterol to bile acid, or in other words, you can say that cholesterol levels will increase in blood. In nephrotic syndrome, there is usually loss of albumin. As a result, compensatory increase in globulin and apolipoprotein, which will form more of cholesterol. In obstructive jaundice, the flow of bile, which is the end product of cholesterol metabolism, is obstructed. Now let's see question number 2. Which protein is most likely to be defective in this patient? It can be 1. LDL receptor mutation, which is much more common as compared to the second cause, and that is the mutation in the ligand region of apolipoprotein B100. So either there is the defect in the receptor here, or it is the mutation of the ApoB100 part of the LDL. दोनों ही केसेस में सर्कुलेशन में LDL बढ़ जाएगा because LDL will now not be able to bind to the LDL receptor. Let's try and understand this with the help of an animation. Here, as you can see, how LDL interacts and is engulfed, or endocytosis is taking place. So, LDL is interacting with the help of the LDL receptor. But what will happen if this LDL receptor gets mutated? In that case, the LDL will not interact with the LDL receptor and its concentration will increase in blood. Now, just an extra edge and a very important Viva question. Where are these LDL receptor present? They are present in the clathrin coated pits. Now let's see how to attempt the third question that says what is the biochemical explanation for the LDL cholesterol obtained in this patient. Before we discuss this question, do not forget to revise LDL metabolism. The link is shared in the description box below. Alright, normally the desirable cholesterol level should be less than 200 milligrams per deciliter. In those who are heterozygotes for LDL receptor mutation, LDL cholesterol level is around 300 milligram per deciliter. But in homozygotes, it can be as high as 1000 milligram per deciliter. Let's now see the coronary atherosclerosis timelines. जो LDL है वो सर्कुलेशन में इट कैन ईजिली गेट ऑक्सीडाइज्ड. ये जो ऑक्सीडाइज्ड LDL होता है इसको हमारे इम्यून सेल्स रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं करते एज सेल्फ. इन अदर वर्ड्स, इम्यून सेल्स इसको एज अ फॉरेन एंटिटी रिकॉग्नाइज करते हैं and then the macrophages will try to eat them up. In this process, macrophages are converted to foam cells which are trapped in the walls of the blood vessels, ultimately resulting in atherosclerotic plaque, arterial narrowing, and which can be complicated as a lesion or rupture, ultimately resulting in myocardial infarction. Clinically, familial hypercholesterolemia patients में xanthomas can be found, xanthelismas can be found, corneal arcus is seen, family history of coronary artery disease, and that too a young person having a myocardial infarction is usually seen. Diagnosis can be obtained by high LDL cholesterol. Skin biopsy can measure LDL receptor activity. Also, molecular assays for the mutation in the LDL receptor by DNA sequencing can be seen. Treatment, lifestyle modification, combination therapy like HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor and cholesterol absorption inhibitor or bile acid sequestrant can be given. In some cases, plasma LDL apheresis is required. In homozygotes, liver transplantation can also be done. In a nutshell, you must remember LDL बढ़ा हुआ होगा familial hyperlipoproteinemia type 2 में. Triacylglycerol will be normal. Total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol will be very high. HDL cholesterol can be normal. Plasma appearance will be clear. Xanthomas will be tendon tuberous type. The pancreatitis is not seen here. It is rather seen in familial hyperlipoproteinemia type 1. Coronary artery disease is a very prominent feature in these people, and peripheral atherosclerosis can also be seen. The molecular defect is LDL receptor ApoB100. Yes, I'm social. On Instagram, you can find the updates at dr.sonabhatia C2B and on Facebook at Catalyst to Biochemistry. Thank you. God bless you all.